All right, so here we are for our parent or Schoology for Parents meeting. My name is Jason Petro. I am the Schoology Master Instructor for Dickson Elementary School this year. And so anything that you will be doing with Schoology, if you have any issues or anything like that, that will be me to help you. If we get this going, if y'all would please, if you'll mute your microphones, this makes it a lot easier on my end. So I don't have to try to watch and control the noise at the same time. By no means today are we going to learn everything that we need to know about Schoology. The goal for today is to try to give you enough to get the students, get your child started next week. And then let the teachers work some more with the students on navigating Schoology and how to complete their lessons, things like that. I'm going to show you enough to help you get them in. But if I tried to show you everything, I think we'd all leave this meeting a little bit overwhelmed today. So I'm going to try to just give us enough that we understand how to get in. Please don't hesitate to ask questions through the chat window. So if you'll just click on your chat bubble to ask any questions that you need to ask, I will get to them at some point during the meeting or right at the end. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move into our presentation. I thought we were going to move into our presentation. Try again. Okay. So I will be doing one more of these meetings today, and then I'll have 3 meetings tomorrow and 3 meetings Friday at the same time. So if you have any friends that that need to join in, please let them know. Today's agenda, again, I'm Jason Petro with Dickson Elementary School. I am the Master Schoology Instructor for the school this year. All questions that you have regarding your child working in Schoology, any technical problems that you have with Schoology, you will need to contact me. I'll give you my contact information a little bit later on in the meeting. We'll also talk a little bit about meeting norms today. While we are in these first 9 weeks where everything is having to be done online, we're going to have some norms for the meetings. If you'll just follow these every time that you meet with somebody from the school, whether it be the teacher or administrators, or if we're in a workshop setting like this, or much like the town hall meeting or any other parent meeting, if you'll follow these norms, it'll help the meetings go along a lot easier, a lot quicker and smoother. I'm going to show you some resources. I'll show you our school's website. I'll show you our YouTube channel, which is being revitalized at this point. Our Facebook page. We'll talk about Twitter, School Messenger, and I will show you the Mobile County Public School reopening school site, where there's some resources for you there as well. We'll talk about what Schoology is, and then I'm going to go in through a live demonstration to try to show you what it looks like and what your child's going to see when they log into Schoology. And then at the end, we'll address any chat questions that we didn't get to. So, number 1, if you would please sign in with your real name. It helps us to know who we're communicating with and who we're talking to, especially if you ask a question. We can, if we have your name, we can sort of start to look things up, or maybe somebody in the meeting will recognize you, and we'll know which child we're talking about at that point in time. Please mute your microphone. I know you may not think that it's very loud where you are, but the microphones pick up everything, and it disrupts the presentation if something's going on your end and everybody else can't hear. We're going to try to keep the questions confined to the chat bubble. It just makes it a lot easier. And I need you to keep in mind that all the sessions that I'm doing with you will be recorded. So please keep your posts and comments civil. If there's something that you would like to talk to me privately about, please just shoot me an email after the meeting is over. All right, moving right along, we will start with our first resource, which is going to be our school website. And this can be found at erdickson.com. Once you go to ER Dickson, we're going to move to the Remote Learning 2020 section of the website. Here you will find all the information you need. Here's our parent-student handbook. Here is a recording of Monday's town hall meeting. Here's some information from the school district, and this is our 2021 brochure. Additionally, you can come here to find your class roll to see what teacher your student has been assigned to. We'll come back to the schedules in just a moment. You can come over here for a tutorial on the Schoology student login, and that's the one I'm going to show you today. You can click there if you need a reminder. We have links to Clever, Technology Needs Assessment, Accelerated Reader, and Discovery Education, as well as some other links, homework help you may find beneficial. Below that is a calendar, and you can see on here where we have all of our school activities listed for you. But I'm going to go take a moment. Let's go back into schedules. So if I take a second grade schedule, for instance, and select the teacher's class, it's going to come up and I'm going to see what's expected for the entire school day. And the reason why this is done like this is you'll hear a lot about remote learning this year. Whenever Mr. Threadgill speaks to us about what we're doing, we are doing remote learning. And this is different than what we did in the spring. In the spring, what we did was virtual learning. And the difference is that virtual learning is where assignments and videos and resources are placed for the students to go to and work on at their own pace. Whereas remote learning is more like regular school where we come to the building, and what we try to do is we have live sessions. So if you'll notice on this particular schedule, 8:15 to 8:45, it says reading live. That means that the teacher is actually going to be on live teaching the class the lessons for that day. And then the student will have from 8:45 to 9 o'clock to go in and work on independent reading or work with their small groups. And the way this is broken out is that your student should follow this schedule all day long. At the end of the day, we have iReady and art and music for your students. But you'll notice we have lunch scheduled in, as well as counseling time and library times that will be scheduled. So all these schedules will be available in Schoology on your child's landing page. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what we're talking about doing this year with the instruction and what it looks like. This is much better than what we were doing in the spring. It's more personalized, and it does allow the students to have quite a bit of live instruction during the day. Our YouTube channel was just cleaned off, and we're just starting to put back up stuff that's going to help us with this year. I didn't want you to have to dig through videos and things like that were up there before. So all the old information has been removed, and we are starting new. So the first thing we have is the town hall meeting again from Monday. We recorded 3 sessions. We chose the best video of the 3, and that's the one that we posted up. And it's the same thing that I'll do for these parent workshops. I'll be doing 9 sessions. I'll record all 9 sessions, and the best of the 9 will be posted up as a resource for you to go back and look at later if you need to. This is our ER Dickson Facebook page. It is facebook.com/ERDickson, ELEM. And you can find there the information that you'll need. We'd like you to follow us on Twitter. Our handle is @Dickson Tigers. We try to promote a lot of our good news through Twitter. Additionally, Ms. Ken, our principal, sends a lot of information out through Twitter that parents will find beneficial. So if you would please follow us on Twitter @Dickson Tigers. Another communication tool we have for you is School Messenger. And this is so important because most of our vital information goes out this way. It's the best way to reach everybody involved with the school. So you need to make sure that we have a current phone number for you and a current email address so that your teachers and our administrators, especially Ms. Ken, can get messages to you and get your information out when it's necessary. The last site we're going to look at is the Mobile County Public School System Reopening Schools 2020 site. Let's try it again. Okay. Now, this is the same web address or URL that we used in the spring when we went out for the remainder of the year at the last quarter of the year. Here you'll find information for parents and students, student resources, the parent live binder, keeping kids safe. This is a 10-page message from our superintendent. And so Mobile County Public School System will post their resources here. All right, I'm going to hit the chat window very quickly to see what we've got. The live sessions for the teachers will be in Schoology. So I'll show that to you when we get there and we actually go live and start looking in there. So good question. I will show you that. All right, so this is the Parent's Guide to Schoology. This will also be posted on our school system website and our Facebook page. Taking a minute to get up. I'll let some more people in. Okay. So on the Parent's Guide to Schoology, this is just a short informational packet for you. And it talks about what Schoology is, or what is Schoology. And basically, last year we used Google Classroom for instruction online, and there were a few issues. We couldn't put everything in one place. So students had to go to 2 or 3, 4, 5 different websites in order to get everything that they needed. And we know that that got kind of confusing. So the state of Alabama has purchased Schoology because it links up with our new student information system, PowerSchool, which we'll be rolling into next year. That was supposed to happen this year, but it didn't. But because they link together and they're owned by the same company and they work well together, this is going to be the platform that we'll use in the future and the one that has been chosen to use currently. What Schoology is basically a one-stop shop. You can go in there and your child will be able to access everything they need for the educational day from inside Schoology without having to leave that platform. So everything that they need will be inside Schoology. So we'll just have the one place we have to log in and then move on from there. All right, so our live Schoology demonstration, if you'll remember back to the Remote Learning 2020 page, there was a student login tutorial video. It's the same one I'm about to show you right now. And this is what you'll use to get your child logged in on Schoology. Okay, you're probably, let's see, I will do this. Stop sharing for a moment. Let's log into Schoology. And what you'll notice about an Ed puzzle is it's going to give you a little bit of an instruction, and then it's going to pop a note up so that you have time to write down the information, or if you're working on a different device, you can go ahead and type this in as you move along. Just hit continue to keep going. Open your Chrome browser to mcpss.schoology.com. Once you see the Microsoft box, enter your school email address and click Next. Now, when we're talking about the email address, when you pick up your child's materials, you'll receive a card with some information on it. That email address and their username, or their password, will be attached to that. Their username is normally 3 initials, but some students don't have a middle initial, so it may only be 2. There'll be 6 numbers immediately after those initials, and then you will have @stu.mcpss.com. That's the email address or the username that you will use to log into Schoology for the student. You'll then need to enter your password given to you by your school in order to sign in. Okay, and the password will be given to you, and it'll be on the same label with the email address. Once you reach your Schoology dashboard, you can click on the course to open and see your assignments. Okay, and we're going to stop that right now. You're going to jump out of it. And that video won't flash like that when you go watch it. It's just simply because I'm running a video through a shared screen that it's having that issue that was going on. It won't do that when you click on the link. So let's go ahead and go into Schoology and take a look at it. When your child logs in, the first thing they're going to see is their course dashboard. And what's going to be there is going to be a list of all their courses. What I don't want you to do is let them get overwhelmed. There's going to be 6, 7, maybe 8 courses in there because there's a separate course for each subject that they take. So there's a course for math, there's a course for reading, there's a course for language arts, there's a course for science, there's a course for social studies. They may even have a course for work study skills and conduct, and there's a course for PE. They'll see all these courses, but they're only going to have to go into the homeroom of the teacher. Once they go into the homeroom schedule or homeroom course, they'll be able to maneuver everywhere they need to go from there. Another thing that I want you to look at on this page on the dashboard is if you'll look down the right-hand side where it says upcoming, you can see all the assignments or activities that are scheduled for your child. You can also look up here and you'll see that there's one that says overdue. So if there's an assignment out there that they were supposed to have completed and have not, it'll show up in that overdue. You can click directly on that. You'll see it's a hyperlink and it'll take you to that assignment in order to complete it. All right, let's double check, make sure we don't have anything in chat yet. Okay. Now we're going to go into the homeroom. When we go into the homeroom page, if you'll scroll to the top of it, you'll see that we have what we call buttons for every course that your child has to take. And there's a time on it. So math lasts from 9:45 to 10:35 for this homeroom. The live lesson is from 9:45 to 10:15. So for those of you who are asking about how to get to the live lessons, at 9:45, your child would click on this button and it would take them into the Google Meet, just like we're in right now, with his teacher or her teacher, and they would get live instruction from 9:45 to 10:15. At 10:15, they would come out of the live lesson and come back to this button where they would click on math, and it will take them in to where they can see their math assignments for that first week or that first day, right? We have it broken down by the day of the week. So if we're working on Monday's lesson, they would click here and go in and see Monday's lessons. None of the lessons are published yet because we don't want the children getting in there and playing around until we are able to start actual instruction. Anytime they see the homeroom button, they can click on that and it takes them right back to that homeroom page. They have a link for the library to go to at 9:15 on Tuesdays. They have an art link and a music link. And now art and music are not live lessons. They are recorded lessons that the children can go and each day open up and watch or participate with that pre-recorded lesson for art and music. They will all have a counseling session once a week. They would click here to go to the live counseling session, and they have PE every day. They will click here for their live PE session where the PE teachers will be doing live instruction with them with some exercises and skills. We have morning announcements here. Remember, we talked about the class schedule. Here's the daily schedule for this class. You'll be able to click on newsletters. Here is a copy of the Meet the Teacher presentation from last night. In case you didn't get to see it, you can come here if your child's in this homeroom. And we know that we have iReady. And iReady, we log in through Clever to get to iReady. Here's your link to get into Clever, which will then take you to your iReady. All right, do we have any questions in the chat about getting logged in and where they're going? Okay. All right, they should attend live lesson. With the live lessons, do they have to attend the live lesson? It's preferable for them to attend the live lesson. That's how they'll get their PE grade for sure. Students that cannot attend live, we are going to have to address one, on a one-on-one basis. I'm not going to throw a blanket statement out there, but yes, if the child has the ability to get on during the day and follow the entire class schedule and do the live lessons, that is how the course is designed, and that's the structure that we would like to follow. When clicking morning announcements, does that count attendance? No. Attendance is even easier than that. All you have to do is simply log into Schoology, and you have clicked on your attendance for the day. So teachers will take attendance the following day. So yes, once your child is logged into Schoology, then they will be recorded as present for that day. All right. All right, now we're going to go in and pretend we are a student. So when I go into, and this is a different type of class. This is one that I had to take. So I'm actually a student in this class, which gives me the same view that your child will have when they enter their teacher's classroom. All right. So basically, once they're inside and they go to where they're going to get their daily assignments. There are several different types of assignments. There's assignments. There are assessments. So these are their tests. There may be a file or a link, a discussion, a page for them to look at. This is usually informational and some type of resource. So if I go here and I look at the two bubbles, this lets me know that this is a discussion question. So what would happen is we would open this up as the child. We would look at what's posted. We would read the directions. And then we would make our comment right here in this box, right? So we would just type in our response. And then we post it. You see now that it showed up and it's here with all the other responses that were made for this discussion. So the discussions are pretty easy. This is just a file. So this is a resource for the child to read. We can come on here and we get this information for our next lesson. Which would be here. If you see this icon right here with the little pencil and the notepad, that's an assignment. That means there's something here that the student has to complete. When they click on this to go to their assignment, there'll be a button over here to the right-hand side that says Submit Assignment. If you click on that, it will pull up to where the child can upload a file. So if they have something typed on their computer to upload, they can record an audio. They can create it right here inside of Schoology. They can answer the question. And then they can click Submit when they're finished. And that will submit the assignment for this child. You see now I have my assignment submitted. If I want to resubmit it, I can pull it up if I wanted to make some changes to it. The original assignment will stay. It will just add the resubmitted one there. So then there'll be two for the teacher to look at. The little puzzle pieces are either an assessment or a quiz. So you would click on, they would click on there, they would push this button to start attempt, and then they would go through the test and take it. All right, I'm going to stop right now for a second, go back to the chat room, see if we have any more questions. Ms. Wilcox, not that I have seen. I've not seen a key or a legend of any type.
I will look into that because that would be a great resource for our parents.
It would, but yes, as of now,
Okay.
I've not seen anything.
Okay, thanks.
All right, if we don't have any more questions, we'll move on from there. I'm going to show you a few more features. You can click, or your child can click here for updates. This will give them updates to the course, and you can see where all the updates that have been posted. That's just information that the teacher may want the student to have. And children can also students can go into their grade book. Here they'll click and so this is the Oh, that's not the grade book view we wanted to have. Let me pull in a different way, because that's not what y'all will see. When they click on the grades, you won't go to gradebook, you'll go to grades. And what they'll see is they'll see their major grades or their minor grades for that week. Now, just keep in mind, when you look at this grade report, it's just for the week. But you can click here at any time and check and see where your child is during that week. You can also check here their attendance. You can see whether or not they were absent or if they were excused. Now, if there is a reason that your child needs to be absent from school, which means they're very sick, they have a doctor's appointment, you're out of town, something along those lines, you will need to email the teacher your excuse for that day. The teacher will need to be emailed an excuse for that day, because we are checking attendance and the attendance officers are following up on people who do not attend school daily. We have another question. And yes, ma'am. And we understand that you're nervous. It's new for everybody. It's not just new for you, and it's not just new for your child. The teachers have been instructed to, this first week when the kids log in, they're going to really help them walk through it. They're going to help them walk through the processes, and we'll get everybody through. And again, if you're having problems on your end, all you have to do is send me an email. I'll get back in touch with you. I've been able to be pretty quick lately because I haven't had too many messages coming in. I'm expecting that that's probably going to change a little bit, and they will build up, and it may take me a day or so to get back to you. So don't panic if I don't get right back to you right away. If your problem is causing a delay in your child's schoolwork, we'll just have to deal with that if I can't get to it any faster than about a day or so. But I should have everything answered within about a 24-hour period. I would expect to have gotten back to you by then. But we're here to help. That's why I'm showing you all the resources. That's why we're doing this workshop. We'll do more workshops if we need to for parents, and the teachers are going to help walk the students through it. So don't be nervous. We'll get you through this. All right. Dentist appointment, end of September, middle of the day. If you've logged on in the morning and log on again, yeah, you should be fine as long as you get logged in at some point during that day. All of the teachers' live lessons will be recorded. So in that case, if you missed math, you'd be able to go back and watch math. All right, we are at our questions point. And if we don't have any more questions, Ms. Ken, Ms. Wilcox, do y'all have anything we need to add? Okay, if y'all don't have any more, I hope everybody is feeling comfortable. Please just, any questions that you have, ask. That's all I ask of you to do. I don't want anybody leaving here confused. So just be sure.
I don't have any questions, Mr. Petro. I just wanted to comment that it was a great session. Just like this morning, we appreciate all that you do. Parents, we are here to support you in Schoology throughout the entire year. So please call on us. Did you put your number in the chat, Mr. Petro?
I did not.
If you could go ahead and put your phone number. This is a direct line for you to contact Mr. Petro about anything related to Schoology. He will hold business hours during the school day. And if you would call him before you call the district hotline, line, we can help you right here at the school. And he is putting the number in the chat, and the number is 525-4146.
And Mr. Petro,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
found a sheet that lists all of those icons and explains them. So we will get that resource out to parents also.
Perfect. Is that something we could send out through school messenger? So
Absolutely. Or we could, yes, or we can put it on the website also.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Parents. We appreciate you, and I will be in touch soon. Don't forget to pick up materials. And if you need a device and you've contacted Mrs. Steele, tomorrow is your time to pick up materials for your boys and girls and devices. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow at the school in the car line, ready to pick up materials, and devices will be given out from the gym. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Ms. Hill, you can go ahead and unmute. Yes, ma'am.
So with the device pickup, I have my daughter Honora, who's supposed to be getting a computer tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will be at work and I have to be at work at 10 a.m. So I was trying to find out, would it be okay if my boyfriend is able to go and pick up the school materials and her stuff in my stead, or do I have to physically be there?
I'm getting ready to type an email address for you.
Okay.
If you will email Miss Steele, she's the one that's handling that.
Okay.
You see it right there at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay, so if you'll email her and then just let her know what's going on, she'll work something out with you.
Okay, because I know I do have him down as her emergency contact. He's literally got all authorization for her and my youngest. So I just didn't know with the device pickup and the supply pickup if he would be able to do that. I did email both of the teachers involved, but I didn't know with the device that I have to specifically email Miss Steele or not.
Yeah. Check with Miss Steele on that. She's the one that runs that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Y'all have a great afternoon.
You too.
Thank you.